Welcome to Protocol. I am Lieutenant Colonel Goodman Manyanya Phiri, the South African National Defence Force. This video is titled Protocol. Today is Monday, the 14th of March, 2011, a very important time space. 3 days ago, my second wife, Hlopsile Happy Tabet, a citizen of the Kingdom of Swaziland, under Chief Malinza Tabete Kumpaka, 1020. 5 days ago, it's 10 years since I was falsely charged by the Minister of Defense in the Republic of South Africa in the person of Lindiwe Ngcobo Sisulu, who is trying to protect her fellow tribeswoman who fornicated her way to generalship in the organization. And very importantly, being Monday, 3 days from now, I should, as per order of the minister, be appearing in court, a military court, despite the fact that the President of the Republic has assured me that this matter is still under his consideration. We'll come to that later on. This is all about protocol. Protocol also demands that I should just mention that this is a makeshift studio that I've made, and I should be forgiven for any imperfections in the way I present my story. Protocol demands that I should also talk about the noise that could crop up here. My wife is sleeping here, my second wife, Latsabetsa, and our 5-month-old daughter, Tamara Sibusisiwe Phiri. So if a child starts crying, please understand. Protocol demands that I should also mention that should I be dying in the process of this fight under the leadership of Lindiwe Ngcobo Sisulu, I do not need a military funeral. I just want her or whoever will be responsible for my funeral to give whatever is due monetarily to my family at Mayflower, the Phiri, and my Pamela family, that they bury me in peace. And nobody will be going to my funeral just to gloat. It's a poverty-stricken clan or clans, as my second cousin once removed Father's Master Mkhatshwa realized when he paid us a visit some 2 years ago. So nobody gloats in my funeral. They should go there with some contribution. I've never been able, like a normal South African former freedom fighter, to earn some living. I've been fighting courts for the past 10 years, being victimized by the Tembu tribe of Nelson Mandela. Not the entirety of the tribe, but individuals that will come out in other videos to follow. I should that would be all for in terms of the environment where I'm sitting now, protocol wise, but this is basically an address to my commander-in-chief, Your Excellency, President Jacob Kelehle Zuma. In terms of protocol, I need also to give recognition to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, President Robert Gabriel Mugabe, in his capacity as head of state. Also recognition to His Majesty King Mswati III, the Kingdom of Swaziland, in his capacity as head of state, and secondly, descendant of ANC founding family in 1912. You might recall that the great-grandmother of the king is Queen Mother Labotsibeni. He not only ranks as the greatest or biggest contributor financially to the founding of the ANC by her son-in-law, Pixley Kaisaka Seme, but she was also the founding member of the organization. So the King of Swaziland is, in essence, an honorary member of the African National Congress, which organization we love so much, whose government is ruling in South Africa under President Zuma, and I, as a soldier, am very loyal to that government. The king would be very instrumental, therefore, in forging the way forward. How we solve the Tembu tribalism as practiced by individuals from the Tembu tribe of Nelson Mandela, where Sisulu, the minister, comes from, and a couple of other guys, not forgetting the acting chief of the SANDF, Lieutenant General Matanzima. The King of Swaziland also come in his capacity as a guardian of Swazi cultural heritage in Swaziland as well as South Africa. President Zuma, Your Excellency, and my commander-in-chief, it should not be just a question of votes that Your Excellency visits the King in Swaziland, that the Swazis, the majority of whom are in South Africa, should vote for the ANC. But it should be a question of genuine respect to the King. I therefore call upon the King every so often to visit His Majesty to bring the issue of Lieutenant Colonel Phiri to your awareness. My President, Your Excellency, Commander-in-Chief Kelehlekisa Jacob Zuma. I also need to highlight here that the King also comes in his capacity as my fourth cousin. In the case of my death, the King should understand, and other relatives who killed me, it will be the very same Tembu tribe of Nelson Mandela, not the entirety of the tribe again, but some individuals. The King is also the guardian to my second wife and my 5-month-old daughter. I married recently the daughter of Nkunzikai Balegi Tsabetse from the Tsabetse chieftainship, Kumalinza. Her name is Happy Hlopsile Tsabetse. If I should be killed here because of this fight, I won't be given any decent funeral. That's why I don't want Lindiwe Sisulu's SANDF to be part of my funeral. I don't want anybody to speak from that organization. I'm talking my obituary here now, because I don't know if anybody ever said it, but I think the obituary is the highest form of protocol. Having talked about His Majesty King Mswati III, I must also give recognition to His Excellency President Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete. He is the head of state in the country where 26 years ago, when my victimization by members of the Tembu tribe, where Nelson Mandela comes from, I was in that particular country, the United Republic of Tanzania. So I do give recognition to that head of state. In his capacity as head of state, I've said, but also as the guardian to my first wife and my children. First wife being Leonilde, Matthias Makaf Phiri, and our children being Togo Phiri, who's 17, and Maziri Phiri, who is 1 year old. They are all in Iringa at Mninga village. Must also give recognition to Honorable Lindiwe Nengcaba Sisulu. Indeed, she is the co-litigant against me, but she is also my Minister of Defense and Foreign Affairs. Most probably, or least probably, because I've written to her, everything is online, and other mass media portals, she has decided that I'm an enemy. So, but she's still my Minister of Defense and Foreign Affairs. And by the way, I also need to mention that my coming on public and mass media on this was permission of the office of SANDF 10 years ago, when I complained to then chief of the SANDF why allegations against me, which are based on a victimization to protect a cousin of Nelson Mandela, Brigadier General Bobby Lozini, who fornicated her way to becoming a general from being a major. Then General Sphiwe Nyanda responded that I've also got freedom to go to the mass media. That part I also need to mention in terms of protocol. Then before my time elapses, I need to say again, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Kunyanya Phiri. We are Matanje, Wampuno, Gandunyungu. I was born on the 4th of May, 1961. It was a Thursday. My parents are not sure anymore whether in Ermelo, Amsterdam, or on the farm called Brook, 30 kilometers en route to Osu, Portagate with Swaziland. My father, Bright Phiri, is deceased. His own father, long deceased, Jacob Phiri, buried in Chilomba, the northern part of Malawi. And his own father, too, is Mazarankunda Phiri, born probably in Mzimba, central Malawi. And my great grandfather is Pikamalaza Phiri, Sergeant General of the forces of Zwangendaba, who moved from South Africa, particularly Natal in Swaziland, northwest towards Mfecane. And that is that. In terms of my ethnic group, I'm Tumbuka, one tribe or ethnic group among the Nyasa Nation, to be found in Mozambique, Malawi, Tanzania, and Zambia mostly. Maternally, I'm Swazi. Mavimbela is the ethnic group, or rather the clan where I come from. They are also known as Mavimbela, Ngubo Yengonyama, Umhlomane wezindlovu, Qaqa wahlala ndawonye ngokunukelana, amakhola ansundu ngezinyawo zawo, amakhola amahle. Also in that respect of my mother, also related to the Dlamini, which joins me, or rather makes me the fourth cousin of King Mswati III. My mother being Belinda Thokozile Mavimbela Phiri, mothered by Princess Elina Mafete Nkosi Mavimbela, who is fathered by Prince Geza Dlamini. Prince Geza Dlamini was the first cousin of Queen Mother Labotsibeni, who is a co-founder of the African National Congress. And one might, if one reads history, maybe you won't find in history, but when Prince Malunga Dlamini, a child of the Queen Mother of the Swazis, visited in 1913 South Africa to query the issue of land appropriation from Africans by the apartheid and the British colonialists. In 1913, the prince was met by my great-grandfather, Skeza. Also, when the second president of the ANC, Sfako Mapoho Mahato, visited or rather sent delegates to that part of the country to seek for contributions so that a second delegation was sent to London, it was also my great-grandfather who received them. The rain is falling, apologies once again. It's a tiled makeshift studio upload here. And then my great-grandfather also featured greatly when King Sobhuza II visited the Eastern Transvaal, then called Mpumalanga, in 1922. Prince Keyeza Dlamini, my great-grandfather, is the son to Prince Tungana Dlamini, and who is also the son to King Sobhuza I. That is all I'd like to end this video for now. The rain is making it difficult to continue. I hope everything has been achieved. Thank you. Your Excellency and my Commander-in-Chief, President Jacob